close the gates and clear the course, ladies and gentlemen. The race is about to start. Please clear the course. The flag is up, and they're off. And quickly to the lead, it's Sandbox Rules, Moon Socks. To the outside of him, 2 lengths back, now moving up, Bon Cato. And then I Said Scat Cat straight to it, and Grinding Speed. And continuing along out of sight on the bottom. Back into sight now at the front. It's the 2011 champion, Bon Cato, with the lead. Right there in second place and saving ground on the inside, that's Sandbox Rules. In third place, Moon Socks, gap of 1 to I Said Scat Cat, and then another gap of 1 to Straight to It, and Grinding Speed is the early trailer. Still a very moderate pace as they continue along the bottom and head towards the water jump. Bon Cato with the lead. Moon Socks and Sandbox Rules right there together in second and third. Then comes I Said Scat Cat, slight edge over Grinding Speed, and a gap of 1 to Straight to It. So cat and mouse, not much pace in the early going, and a tightly bunched field as they make the turn along Pocock Road and head up the hill, and we have a new leader. It's Moon Socks dueling right there with Sandbox Rules. Bon Cato drops 2 lengths back into third. Scat Cat, I Said Scat Cat right next to him, and only a gap of 1 to another pair, the menacing pair of Grinding Speed and Straight to It. So they make the turn to head back down to the cover and towards the stack fence. Back on the lead now, Sandbox Rules, Moon Socks, just a length back. Then comes Bon Cato, a length behind him. 3/4 of a length, Grinding Speed, another half a length to I Said Scat Cat, and then coming up next to him now, Straight to It, as they open up a little as they head down the hill and back through the cover. Up next, a pair of testing post and rails. Back into view, and it's Sandbox Rules with a 1.5 length advantage over Moon Socks. Bon Cato still right there in third, and Straight to It has moved up into 4th place. Grinding Speed only 3/4 of a length off him, and I Said Scat Cat going easily behind those two, just another half length back. 10 lengths covers the whole field as they hit the testing hill, coming back towards the stand for the first time. Sandbox Rules with the lead, Moon Socks, then Bon Cato. Straight to It, Grinding Speed, and I Said Scat Cat. First of 2, and still closely bunched at the front. Sandbox Rules maintains a 1 length advantage over Moon Socks there in second. Now Straight to It has advanced up to third, and now going quickly towards the front. It is Grinding Speed. We have a new leader, and it is Grinding Speed at the front now. Moon Socks still right there. Straight to It right next to him. Sandbox Rules. Then Bon Cato and I Said Scat Cat. Lovely bunch of horses this has been the entire race so far. And the talented young gray, Grinding Speed, with the lead, tracking intently there in second place. Moon Sox, and is inside, saving the ground, straight to it. Sandbox Rules only 3/4 of a length off him, and Bon Cato another length back, and I Said Scat Cat has been patiently stalking the pace. Next post and rail, heading back towards the stand, and it's still grinding speed with the lead, but this is still very much anybody's game. Now 4 lengths covers this entire field as they begin to run along now as they run down Jarrettsville Pike. At the next posting rail, grinding speed hits that one very nicely, opens up a 2-length advantage. Here comes Bon Cato back into the picture. 2011 champ's gonna have something to say about this one. Sandbox Rules only a half length behind that. Straight to it, certainly not out of it, only 4 lengths off the lead, and Moon Sox has dropped back with I Said Scat Cat. Continuing along Jarrettsville Pike, down towards the stacked fence, and it's grinding speed with the lead, but not being able to shake loose to the field yet. Grinding speed, straight to it to his outside, just half a length. Then there's Bon Cato. Moon Sox, I Said Scat Cat now starting to move up. Still grinding speed with the lead, straight to it in second place. Sandbox Rules. Bon Cato, only 4 lengths from the leader. Then comes Moon Sox and I Said Scat Cat. 2 fences left to go. Everyone's still in contention, but grinding speed, grinds to a halt, goes down over that one. Grinding speed out of it. Here comes Bon Cato coming with a run. Straight to it, trying to get straight there. Straight to it with the lead. Moon Sox fighting back on the inside. Now Moon Sox forges to the lead. Moon Sox with the advantage. Moon Sox out. Straight to it. It's going to be Moon Sox at the wire by a length and a half. Straight to it in second. By 5 over Bon Cato in third. Then comes Sandbox Rules and I Said Scat Cat. Sponsored by PNC Bank and the Class Produce Group, and your winner, the number 7 Nelson and Traveler Stables Moon Sox, trained by Kevin Boniface and ridden to victory by Amelia McGurk. Give us the ride.
I don't even know. It was fantastic. I had a blast. Horse was great. I loved the course. Loved it.
It looked like he quickened very impressively there at the end. You were there, then you weren't there, and then all of a sudden, in a flash, some of that old Darlington flat speed showing up here in the stretch at the Manor.
Yes, definitely. Add a ton of horse. Easy.
I don't know if you're going to stop smiling for days.
She never stops smiling.
Kevin Boniface.
Yes, sir.
It's nice to come down the down Route 1 here to the Manor from Darlington and pull off a win like this. Horse has always had talent, but what brought it together today?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank my son, Fritz. You know, he's done a great job with this horse, but he's become a musician now. He's got a bluegrass band, and he said that Leah could take the reins for him, and Leah did a marvelous job her second race over fences. I thought she did a wonderful job around the final turn, saving ground on the inside, and she went to flat riding ever since she's been about 14 on the farm. She knows how to get up on that toe and ride home, and that's what I think really helped throughout the race. But it's a neat thing that my daughter and my son-in-law now own this horse, and they met at Washington Lee University, and that's how they got the name Nelson and Traveler, because Nelson was George Washington's horse, and Robert E. Lee's horse was Traveler. So this is their first horse ever to race together, and their first big win.
Well, congratulations again on your first win, Amelia, and congratulations to Kevin. Hold on.
I gotta thank my wife. She does most of the work with the horse. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot that. Chris Boniface does all the work with this horse.
They're all in line and they're off. Braking smartly right there next to the cover is Alpha Beat. He's followed by He's Got Mojo. Then comes Almar Mook, Worried Man, East Coker, then Old Timer at the back of the field, a gap of 5 to your early trailers as they disappear from sight along the bottom. When they went out of sight, Alpha Beat was your leader. And back into view, and it is Alpha Beat now with a 4-length advantage over stablemate Almar Mook, and Almar Mook has some problems with that one, loses his rider. Now Spencer Road moving up towards the leaders. So Almar Mook loses his rider over the stacked fence there and along the bottom heading towards the water fence. We've got a new leader, and it's East Coker. East Coker followed by Worried Man. Then comes He's Got Mojo. Alpha Beat, Spencer Road, those two running as a pair, gap of 3 to Old Timer, another gap of 3 to On the Corner, your early trailer, Mojave Moose, as they head up Pocock Road, over the board fence there, and up the first testing hill of this course. And East Coker, your leader, by 3 over Worried Man, who looks nothing like that in second place. Gap of 4 back to He's Got Mojo in third, now being joined by Alpha Beat. Right behind them is Spencer Road as they make the turn back down to the cover. Behind Spencer Road, gap of 3 to Old Timer, another gap of 2 to Mojave Moose, and your trailer is now on the corner as they head down the hill and back towards the cover. Lengthening out now, and Worried Man joins our leader, East Coker. Those two duel as a pair as they head through the cover and on next to the biggest post and rails, and it's hot on the lead. East Coker with Worried Man breathing right down his neck and saving ground on the inside now. Big move from Old Timer, who now goes on into the lead. Right behind him, He's Got Mojo. Then Spencer Road and Alpha Beat, gap of 3 to Mojave Moose, another 3 to On the Corner, who's your trailer. And up the hill, East Coker reestablished at the front. But saving all the ground on the inside there was Old Timer. And East Coker with the lead, then comes Old Timer, then Worried Man, 3 horses across the track. He's Got Mojo, Spencer Road, Alpha Beat, and then On the Corner, and now the trailer is Mojave Moose as they come past the stand for the first time. And new leader, He's Got Mojo by a length over Old Timer. Then comes Worried Man. Once again, that trio still there. Spencer Road, Alpha Beat, and East Coker. Then On the Corner and Mojave Moose. All up over the board fence, making the turn back towards Pocock Road. And at the front, it is Old Timer with a 1.5 length lead over He's Got Mojo in second place. Then comes Worried Man. Joining him from the outside now is Alpha Beat. Then comes Spencer Road. On the Corner, East Coker having faded all the way to the back. And Mojave Moose just ahead of him. At the front, Old Timer Up and over that one. In second place, it's Alpha Beat. Right behind him is Worried Man, and he's got Mojo. Another gap of 2 to Spencer Road. Then another gap of 3 to Mojave Moose, and now on the corner, moves up again, and East Coker having faded all the way to the back. As things start to get interesting and they roll down Jarrettsville Pike, it's Old Timer, but only a length to the good of Alpha Beat, who's tracking intently there in second place. He's got Mojo, another length and a half in third, then comes Worried Man, half a length off him is Spencer Road, then on the corner, and Mojave Moose. The bottom of the hill and the stack fence, up and over, it's Old Timer trying to defy the laws of age as he's holding on to a length and a half lead, being pressed now by Alpha Beat. Here comes Spencer Road kicking into gear now in third. Those three having moved 4 lengths clear of the rest of the field. Just 2 fences left to go. At the front, Old Timer trying to hang on. In pursuit, Alpha Beat and Spencer Road. Old Timer coming to the last. Old Timer now, here comes Spencer Road and Alpha Beat. Those 2, those 3 right across the track. Now it's going to be a stretch run, and coming back, it's Old Timer with the advantage. On the inside, it's Alpha Beat trying to get to him, but he's not going to get there in time. It's going to be Old Timer holding Alpha Beat safe in second, and in third, Spencer Road. Jenna. And joining us for the Fisher family, Henry Fisher Maroney, the great-great-grandson of John Rush Streett. They're all in line. Flag is up. And they're off at a trot, finally taking the lead. Ebenor, your early leader by 5 over stablemate Heronswell in third place is Catch the Echo, just half a length off him is Turco Service as they disappear out of sight along the bottom. And a very mannerly start. And your early leader, Ebenor. And still a very leisurely pace. It's still Ebenor at the front by 3, still in second place. That's Heronswell. Gap of 4. Back to Turco Service, who's now moving up. Right, they head through the cover. Then comes Raven's Choice and Catch the Echo, your early trailer, Lead Us Not. Continuing along the bottom, heading towards the water jump. And continuing to show the way is Ebenor. Now Catch the Echo moves into second place, and right between horses, that's Heronswell, who splits the duo. Big lead, and now Turco Service has moved on to grab an 8-length advantage on the field. And had enough of that mannerly pace, and as they head up Pocock Road, some room at the front for Turco Service, who's now opened up to 12 lengths on the field as he gets ready to turn back towards the cover and the stack fence. Heronswell in second place. Then comes Catch the Echo. Raven's Choice. And Ebenor, those 3 to pair, and still your trailer, Lead Us Not, but only 5 lengths off the back of the field. And the field has now closed the gap slightly on our leader as they let it roll down the hill, back between the cover towards the post and rails. Turco Service, your leader. By 8 as they come back into view. In second place is Heron's Well. Then comes Raven's Choice. On the inside of him is Ebenor, another gap of 3 to catch the Echo, and another gap of 4 to Lead Us Not. Up the hill and having a very easy time of it on the lead, Turco Service heads through the chute towards the black post and rails, towards the stand for the first time. Turco Service up and over, still 8 lengths to the good. Ebenor, and now moving up to challenge there is Raven's Choice, another gap of 2 to catch the Echo. Then 4 lengths to Heron's Well. And still at the back, Lead Us Not. As they head towards the board fence, one last little loop along Pocock Road. Continuing on at the front, Turco Service continues to lead. And checks back, looks in the rear view mirror, and it's about 7 lengths back. In second place to Ebenor, and just a half length off him is Raven's Choice, now moving up alongside as they make the turn along Pocock. Another gap of 8 lengths to catch the Echo. Then comes Ebenor and Lead Us Not. At the post and rails, maintaining the advantage at the front, Turco Service. Only 3 lengths now left to his advantage over Ebenor, and another length and a half to Raven's Choice. Those 3 starting to shake loose the rest of the field. Catch the Echo is going to have to hurry up as this trio speeds down Jarrettsville Pike. And Turco Service now has company up at the front. Ebenor heading towards the lead. He looks behind him and sees Raven's Choice right there, but only about 3 lengths covers this group as they head towards the stack fence. At the front, Ebenor with the lead by 2. Raven's Choice now in second place. Back in third is Turco Service, and laboring there as they head towards the final 2 fences. At the front, Ebenor, and the only one who looks like he's got a shot to catch him is Raven's Choice. Just 2 fences left to go. Ebenor with the lead. Raven's Choice now beginning to go to work behind him, trying to catch him as they come to the last. Ebenor still at the front. Raven's Choice going to get one last chance, and a strong late run by Lead Us Not. Lead Us Not looks like he's left it too late, as already deep into the stretch, and hand riding Ebenor. An impressive victory here. Gain command, draws off in the stretch. Raven's Choice holds on for second place, and a late run by Lead Us Not gets him third.
Owned by Irv Naylor, trained by Breanne Slater, and ridden by James Slater. In second place, the number 7, Raven's Choice. In third, the number 1, Lead Us Not. The official time, 6:30 and 4/5 seconds. So now joining us here on the stage for the presentation on behalf.
Keep it in the family. You've got to give the boss man some credit, Mr. Naylor. He's funding a lot of these horses and putting a lot of time and effort into it, so it's great to work for somebody like that.
Well, his commitment's always been deep, and we're sorry that he's not here with us today, but give us a jock's eye view of the last half mile.
Well, I mean, I've ridden Ebenor a couple times. He's a nice guy. He tries hard. We knew he was fit and game. It was just a question of trying to meet the fences right and keep him up there and, you know, give him every shot. And it worked out great, and he laid his heart out and won. I mean, nice horse. Not much more to say.
And they're off. And the field breaks together, slight edge for Cat Walkin on the inside, Prospector Strike right there. The onside as they take the first. Cat Walking, your early leader. Moving up into second place, Prospector Strike as they go out of sight along the bottom. And 6 horses across the track, and a slight edge at the front for Cat Walkin. And still has it. Cat Walking by a length, Prospector Strike just outside of him. Now joining as they come to the fence in between horses, Snow Blizzard. A gap of 1 to Atrium. Just Pour It on the inside of him, then a gap of 1 to Haddix, and Woodmont is your early trailer through the cover along the bottom. Heading towards the water fence. Cat Walkin, your leader, Snow Blizzard now in second. Then comes Prospector Strike. Just Pour It. Atrium moving as they get ready to make the turn along Pocock Road. 10 lengths covers the field. A realistic pace. Cat Walking at the front, Prospector Strike coming back on in between horses. Snow Blizzard, then Just Pour It. Atrium, Woodmont, and now Woodmont joined by Haddix at the back. Those two running as a pair as they continue on up the hill. A slight advantage for Prospector Strike. Dueling on the lead with Snow Blizzard. Cat Walkin just another length back in third. Starting down the hill, around the loop towards the stack fence. And new leader at the front, it's Snow Blizzard by 3/4 of a length from Prospector Strike. He's got a half length advantage from Atrium, and Haddix on the outside of him. Cat Walking on the inside, and Just Pour It right behind them, and then another length and a half to Woodmont. The field very closely bunched and running as a pack as they come through the cover, head towards the post and rails. Snow Blizzard, 3/4 of a length from Prospector Strike, a gap of 1, Just Pour It. He's right next to Cat Walking. And Atrium. Haddix moving up on the outside of them, and saving ground on the inside as is Woodmont, as the field clears the second of those posts and rails and starts their trek up the long hill towards the tower. Snow Blizzard and Prospector Strike, those two together. Just Pour It right behind them, then Haddix, Atrium, Woodmont, and Cat Walking now the trailer. Once again, we've got 6, 7 horses all the way across the track. And Snow Blizzard and Prospector Strike right at the front. Then Haddix, Just Pour It, and moving up now is Woodmont into second place. But still, not much real estate to sort this group out as they head towards the board fence, make the final loop along Pocock Road.
Snow Blizzard back at the front now. Snow Blizzard retakes the lead. In second place now, Just Pour It. Haddix in third. Then comes Woodmont, Prospector's Strike, and Atrium. And just 2 lengths back to the trailer, Cat Walking. Back towards the stretch and the tower, Snow Blizzard has made a lot of the running, recaptured the lead. As they'll get ready to get cranked up and head down the hill, and once again, looks more like a cavalry charge as everybody's still in with a chance here as the field begins to gear up now, coming to this stiff post and rail. Snow Blizzard with the lead, then Just Pour It, and moving right up alongside those two now is Woodmont. 3 across the track at the front, gap of 2 to Haddix, another 4 to Prospector Strike, then you have to go back 7 to Cat Walking, and Atrium now all the way at the back. Running going on at the front, and it's still Snow Blizzard with the lead. Just Pour It and Woodmont stalking right there. Woodmont into second place. Just Pour It not going anywhere. Haddix another 5 lengths back. And Prospector Strike running alongside of him to the outside. And Catwalking your trailer. They make the turn. Still the slightest of advantages for Snow Blizzard on the lead. Breathing right down his neck is Woodmont. Woodmont a winner in this race over this course before, and trying to recapture that glory, but he's gonna have to get past Snow Blizzard as they come to the second to last. Snow Blizzard in the lead. Up over that one, still trying to get at him is Woodmont on the outside. Just Pour It also still right there. Coming down to the last, it's Snow Blizzard. Doggedly maintaining that advantage at the last, only half a length. Snow Blizzard now running at him is Just Pour It. Just Pour It on the inside, and Woodmont's done on the other side, and Snow Blizzard's gonna hold them all off. Snow Blizzard by 5 deep through the stretch. Draws off Prospector Strike in second, Woodmont in third. Prospector Strike rounding out the places in third, the number 4 Woodmont. The owner of the winner receives the perpetual trophy donated by Herman and Monica Greenberg.
Yeah, it was real hard work today. He can run, but his jumping needs a little bit of tighten up a little bit. He's very bold, but when he gets in close, he's still a novice and a hurdle horse, really. But it was great to have a winner for Nance. She does a lot of work. And Ben, Jay, they all own a bit of him, which is great. So that's his first sanctioned race. And he's won it, so it's good.